Hello, Rajiv ji. Good morning. Kamal here from Mera Sangeet, and a warm welcome to you today once again on our show Chat and Chai.
Thank you, Kamalji. Pranam. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Rajiv ji. Pranam. Or anything latest on the immigration bill that you would like to share with our listeners?
Still struggling. There is Obama had a meeting with representatives of business houses on the liberal as well as the conservative side yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still trying to push it. But there is a divide in the House. In the House of
Okay.
Representatives, what's happening is that uh, if you look at the majority, it will pass an immigration bill. But in order for the bill to be presented for voting, the Speaker of the House, John Boehner, who is a conservative Republican,
Okay.
he must okay, otherwise, the bill can only be um, uh, presented for voting by a different kind of vote, which
Mm-hmm.
overrules the Speaker. But the Speaker is not in a position where he wants to politically advance that without majority support of his own party, and his own party is split between those people who support immigration and don't those who don't. So it's quite complicated at this point of time. We still don't know
Uh-huh.
how it's going to how it's going to go. Waiting and watching. We'll see.
Right. So, Rajiv ji, we've got some queries here on Mera Sangeet from our listeners.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
The first one here says, my previous employer is going to withdraw my H-1B application before the October 1st, 2014 requested date of change of status from OPT to H-1B. It will then take the USCIS some time to send the official letter of revocation of H-1B notice to my previous employer, who will then forward it to me. My university is asking for this letter to make the correction to restore the remaining time on my OPT STEM extension, which is valid until 2014 December. So the question is, can I continue to work for my current employer on my OPT STEM extension until the official letter of revocation of H-1B notice is provided to SEVIS, SEVIS?
Something is wrong with this picture. In my view, once your change of status has been approved, you do
Mm-hmm.
not automatically go back to your STEM extension. Okay? In my view,
Okay.
you don't have that choice. Please double check with your International Students Office. The facts that you have given us seem to indicate that you do not have that choice of going back on OPT once your change of status has been approved. Even if the H1 is revoked after the status change is approved, you don't automatically fall back into F1 student status. In fact, you will go out of status. Okay.
Right.
So I don't
Mm-hmm.
see how you can get back onto OPT because there is a revocation. Something is wrong with this picture.
Right. That's why towards the end he's asked another question. If I cannot work, can I at least stay in the United States legally during this period?
And the answer is without working, no, because that renders you illegal. Okay.
All
So
right.
your
Right.
presence in the United States is illegal.
Right. So now, Rajiv ji, we move on to another question here. Says, I would appreciate if would be able to share this with Mr. Rajiv ji. The question is, currently I've filed for LCA on my employer location that holds my H-1B. Would there be any problem during filing an H-1B extension? Also wanted to know if H-1B file extension uh, which reaches on the last day of H-1B data or next day? Am I at risk? And what are the options available for me from here on?
Let me address the easy question first. An extension is going to protect you only if it is received by USCIS before your current H1 expires. If it reaches the day after your current H1 expires, you have a problem. You cannot continue working and you are out of status. Okay.
Right.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
the whole implications of that are too lengthy for me to go into. Um, but that is the easy one. So the extension must be received by USCIS in a timely manner. And if it is, then you can continue working up to 240 days, even after your current status expires and until the new case is decided. Okay. But the first part of the question that you asked me about the LCA, I'm a little confused. I think what you are saying is, and Kamalji, correct me if
Uh,
I'm wrong, What you're
Right.
saying is that my LCA was approved for my employer's location, but I'm working somewhere else. Is that what he's saying?
I'll just read it again. He says, currently have filed for LCA on my employer location that holds my H-1B.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. It appears to me that you may be working somewhere other than the LCA location that has been approved.
Okay.
If indeed that is the case, that could be unauthorized employment. So that could be a problematic issue. You will not be given an extension if you are out of status because of working at a location that has not been approved under the LCA. So that's
Mhm.
something somebody needs to take a look at. I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
Yeah, because towards the end, he's asked, am I at risk? And what are the options available for me from here on?
Well, technically, let's assume the worst case for a moment that you are working in a location which has not been authorized. Your employer can apply for an extension, but USCIS will require you to go outside for visa stamping before you can continue working in the United States again.
Right. So, Rajivji, these were the queries sent in by our listeners here on Mera Sangeet this week. Thank you so much once again for your time and for being a part of our show today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajivji. Have a great day.
You too, ma'am. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Every other Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we host free community conference calls. Everybody is welcome to join. Some people post questions ahead of time. You can take membership in our forums. All of the details are there on our website, immigration.com. You can take membership ahead of time, and you know, it's instantaneous. It happens right away. And post your questions beforehand, or you can just log in. The phone number and all are provided: 202 800 8394, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, every other Thursday. We have free apps for both Apple iOS platform for your iPhones and iPads, as well as for Android. Just look for immigration.com, immigration.com, the period dot, and the application should show up.